Welcome back. We're always great to have you. You are on the line with Juan Roque and, of course, my partner in crime, the Rykno, Ryan Knowles. And let's start talking about this Wazoo defense, because ASU's offense, like we talked about, Rykno, have some struggles in the last 4 weeks, 4 tough losses, second half breakdowns, execution problems, communication issues. Wazoo may not be all that's cracked up to be on offense, but they do got some playmakers on defense.
Yes, they do.
And when we talk about the Wazoo defense, the guy who sticks out to me is senior Travis Long. This is a guy who can start anywhere in the Pac-12. He can start for us. He can start for SC, Oregon. Returning second-team All-Pac-12 player. And when you're an All-Pac-12 performer on a subpar or losing team, that means that you're playing your guts out. And people are noticing it, that your team is losing and you're still standing out.
He's really filled up that stat sheet. A lot of different things for them in that buck position.
The third leading tackler on the team, he's getting after it. 49 tackles, 31 solo. That shows you what kind of motor he has. 10 tackles for loss for 71 yards in losses. So he's penetrating the backfield. 7.5 sacks. He has an interception, 4 quarterback hurries, and he's forced to fumble. This guy's going to play on Sunday. Someone's going to recognize this kid, and he's going to play for he could end up in a Green Bay or like a Matthews.
With as many teams that are moving to the 3-4 now, I could definitely see it.
You know who loved this guy is Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips would plug this kid in Texas, and this kid would flourish because he just has what you look for in a great defensive player. He's fearless. He's 6'4", 255 pounds. He can put on some more weight, but the kid just has a motor that doesn't quit. This is a kid that's going to have to be watched. He's going to have to be accounted for. The interior of this group right now, before we get to linebackers and DBs, the interior is not all that great. Their defense is specifically designed, like any 3-4, true 3-4, is for the linebackers to make the plays. The interior, the only guy who stands out to me is Ione Gauta. 22 tackles, 6.5 for loss. It means he gets after it, he penetrates. Only has 1 sack, so he's not big of a pass rush threat. These guys love to blitz. That's what's going to come down to. Right, let's talk about these linebackers. Who do they got that ASU needs to be careful of?
In the middle, Daryl Monroe is really the key player for them. He's a redshirt freshman, has 60 tackles on the year, 6.5 for loss and 3 sacks. Got great range. He can, he goes sideline to sideline extremely well, plays the run well. He's the guy you really got to watch out for. And then on the strong side, Cyrus Cohen. He's got 42 tackles. He's got excellent speed, 6 tackles for loss and a sack and a couple interceptions. Yeah, he's a real playmaker.
I say linebackers make all the plays.
Exactly. You got a couple playmakers here, but their strength is really at the safety position when you really get to the back end. And so strong safety Deion Buchanan has been a big surprise for them this year. 76 tackles, 4 interceptions, and 3 pass breakups. He's a 2-year starter. He's athletic. He's a big, heavy hitter at that strong safety position. They love to bring him into the box. Really makes receivers afraid to go over the middle with what he can do once he gets kind of zeroed in on a wideout. And then his running mate, free safety Casey Locker, has also been a big surprise for them. 45 tackles, a tackle and a half for loss, interception, and a fumble recovery on the year. Really a vicious hitter at that free safety position, and he earned the starting spot by usurping incumbent Tyree Toomer in the spring. So he's really fit into that defense extremely well. They haven't really been putting up. They've given up quite a few points, but I think it's much like ASU's situation, where the offense has kind of put them in bad positions at times.
Absolutely, and this is just a unit that is just going to play hard. They're going to play hard for 60 minutes, and ASU, like I said, shut out on defense, but this offense is going to have to do something now. This is a group that gives up yards on the rush. They've given up 30 points a game. So definitely something to keep an eye on. ASU's offense needs to come in here, and they just need to dominate this group. But this group's not going to bend over and just let ASU run over them. So when we get back, let's talk about some of those key matchups and focal points of as far as what does Mike Norvell and his group of guys need to do to be able to move that ball on Saturday against this Wazoo defense. We'll be right back. Of course, click to the next segment and join us for the next segment here.